5 years of bowl games, 5 years of memories. Year 6 will continue that at a new time and day. Saturday, 3:30, it's the 2019 Cheribundi Boca Raton Bowl. FAU and SMU both bring their top 20 offenses to Boca Raton tomorrow. ESPN 106.3 on WPTV will help get you set for kickoff for the next half hour. This is the 2019 Cheribundi Boca Raton Bowl preview.
Welcome into the 2019 Cheribundi Boca Raton Bowl preview show. I am Evan Cohen of ESPN 106.3.
And I'm Jason Pugh from ESPN 106.3. For the next half hour, we'll help you get to know these teams, players, and coaches involved in year 6 of this great bowl game.
We will also help you get set for a perfect tailgate, plan your day around the weather, and get to know some more about the history of the 6th annual Boca Raton Bowl.
Now, both these teams are thrilled to be in Boca Raton in the month of December, but how did these two squads get here? Our very own Paxton Boyd of ESPN 106.3 explains. Paxton?
That's right, guys. We're now less than 24 hours away from the 6th annual Cheribundi Boca Raton Bowl, and this game has as much talent as any that we've had here in Palm Beach County. But before we kick things off, let's take a look at how each team got here. 2019 got off to a rough start for the away team, Florida Atlantic. The Owls began the season 0-2 with losses to Ohio State and UCF, but were able to right the ship, going 10-1 the rest of the way. The Owls would advance to their second Conference USA Championship game in 3 years, taking down UAB 49-6. The Owls defense leads the country in takeaways, but on offense, senior Harrison Bryant was named the Mackey Award winner as the nation's top tight end. It was announced today he will not play in Saturday's bowl game. And after the conference championship game, Lane Kiffin stepped down as the Owls head coach, taking the same position at Ole Miss. Florida Atlantic named defensive coordinator Glenn Spencer interim head coach. And as the Owls began a national search for their new head man, they eventually agreed to terms with Willie Taggart, who will take over next season. Now to the SMU Mustangs. This team has come a long way, 30-plus years after becoming one of the one and only major college football program to receive the death penalty, falling victim to the repeat violator rule back in 1987. The Mustangs began 2019 8-0, going on to win 10 games in a regular season for the first time since 1984. In September, SMU was ranked in the top 25 for the first time since 1986. Now the Mustangs now have a shot at just their third 11-win season in program history, the first since 1982. Now, in what has been a season of firsts for the Mustangs, SMU enters Saturday's Cheribundi Boca Raton Bowl, seeking their first bowl win since 2012. Now, guys, the Mustangs are making their 17th bowl game appearance. They've gone 7-8-1 in those games, and yes, apparently tying in a bowl game is a thing. SMU tied Penn State in the Cotton Bowl Classic all the way back in 1947.
Thank you, Paxton. Let's give you 5 more things you need to know about both these teams as we get ready for the game tomorrow at 3:30 at FAU Stadium. Sonny Dykes, the head coach at SMU, today got a contract extension, well-deserved, 10-2 this year, 15-10 overall with SMU, 56-55 all-time. Remember, he was the coach at Cal with former number 1 pick Jared Goff, and he was the coach there, so that's his record, gets the contract extension today, Jason.
Meanwhile, for FAU, 5 players have been suspended for this game. That according to FAU Owl Access. 3 of those 5 players are starters for the Owls. Also, star tight end Harrison Bryant, he is out for this game. He's FAU's leading receiver. We'll get into detail about his absence later on in the show. And 16 local players from Palm Beach County and the Treasure Coast from FAU will play in the Cheribundi Boca Raton Bowl.
Some advice, you may want to bet the over tomorrow. 6th in scoring offense is in all of NCAA is SMU. They average 43 points a game. How about the 5 teams ahead of them in scoring offense? Ohio State, LSU, Clemson, Oklahoma, and Alabama. Yeah, they're pretty good. 4 of them in the college football playoff. Those are 5 things you need to know as you get ready for the game tomorrow. On October 15, 2011, FAU opened their new stadium in Boca Raton, led by iconic head coach Howard Schnellenberger. They lost the game that day, 20-0 against Western Kentucky, a team that eventually played in the 2016 Boca Raton Bowl.
Yeah, and the man who secured the first ever victory on what was later named Howard Schnellenberger Field is the same man that Sunday will fully take over as FAU head coach. Willie Taggart spoke with our very own Keely Ferguson about his exit in Tallahassee and his entrance to Boca Raton.
First off, I have to ask you this. Obviously, you did not leave Florida State in the way you wanted to, but as a Florida native, how exciting is it to get a head coaching gig not only at a program like this, but in your home state?
Very exciting. You know, you don't have to retrain me in the state. I know where to go around here when it comes to recruiting. Recruited down here at every place I've been, you know. And then being at a place like this that has success, that has the potential and want to be great and want to be bigger and better than what they are. It was really exciting. I was so excited when I got the phone call, and looking forward to building on the success that we have.
Speaking of building on that success, everywhere you've ever gone, you've been known as a person that is rebuilding. But this is a team where you're going to be laying on top of the foundation already. How much more challenging is it to come into a program that has already had some success and that you're building on top of that?
Well, it's hard to answer that because I never had to do that before, you know, but I'm excited about it. It's different than others. I spoke earlier of how the energy around here is on the utmost, you know, and programs that I've taken over before where you had to rebuild, that was something you had to create, is the energy again, the excitement again. But the excitement is here. You know, the thing we have to do now is build off of it, you know, not take a step back.
Finally, everywhere you've ever gone, you have been the first black head coach at that program. Obviously, no different here. What does it mean for you as a black man coaching predominantly black young men in places you've gone, because that's what the statistics are in the NCAA, to be able to look to these young men, or what has the feedback been from them?
Well, it hadn't been any different than any other coach, you know, and for me it's no different anymore. You know, it's become a thing now, but for me it's just all of them, young people, they're all the same, and I was one of them at one point, and I know what they're going through, and so I think about those things when dealing with them. But more importantly, you see our society, you see where things going. These kids need someone to show them how to get where they're trying to go. A lot of them don't know. They know what they want. They just don't know how to get there. And so it's so important that we do our part, not as coaches, not just coaching football, but help them grow as men and teach them and how to get to where they're trying to go. And I think if we all do that as coaches, we'll see a lot more positive and a lot more successful young people out there.
I know a lot of FAU fans are looking forward to the Willie Taggart era. Hey, coming up later in the show, find out how FAU and SMU are connected off the field.
Plus, how you should be preparing for the game before the game. Tough assignment, Pugh. Another difficult one for Jason.
This is Forrest Lamb. You're getting ready for the 2019 Cheribundi Boca Raton Bowl.
This is Devin Singletary, and you're getting ready for the 2019 Cheribundi Boca Raton Bowl.
Welcome back to the 2019 Cheribundi Boca Raton Bowl show special, everyone.
He's Jason Pugh. I'm Evan Cohen. We're now less than 24 hours away from FAU and SMU taking the field. But how about a third school? Let me get a third school in there. You know, Harvard Law School. Yes, Harvard Law School. Why would they not be involved in this? Well, as is customary with big matchups in bowl games, you know, the mayors of each city go at it, they talk some junk, and they meet each other and they get introduced to each other for the first time. Well, not this year. Not the Boca Raton mayor and the Dallas mayor. They need no introduction.
When I saw that FAU was playing SMU, I immediately thought of Dallas Mayor Eric Johnson, my college classmate, and was wondering if he'd be coming here. And just that synergy about having two mayors graduate from the same school the same year and have their cities have teams playing in a bowl.
Singer and Johnson were part of the Harvard Law graduating class of '98. Thus far, the two have not placed that healthy wager on the game. But who knows? By 3:30 tomorrow, things may change.
Absolutely. Hoping for the big bragging rights at FAU. Mayor Johnson and I might be having to trade T-shirts of each other's schools. At least we'll still have the common bond of the school we both went to. But no matter what, we're rooting for each other to succeed. We're rooting for our schools to succeed, and I'm rooting for FAU to win, of course.
Quite the connection between these two schools. Paxton Boyd has more on an on-field connection between these two teams.
That's right, guys. There's no shortage of local connections in this game, with FAU's roster loaded with local players. But one Owl in particular has ties with both teams, and that's because he actually played for both of them. Earlier this season, FAU senior wide receiver DeAndre McNeil decided to leave Florida Atlantic. He then continued his career at SMU as a grad transfer and then transferred back to FAU after less than a month with the Mustangs. Now, even though it was a short stint, McNeil made lots of friends on the team, making his final college football game a memorable one.
I mean, emotions are emotions. I'm excited to see them. They're excited to see me. I think we're both, as both sides of the ball, we're excited to put the whole plan together for them and for us as well. Just go out and execute the best that we can. So I think it's a great experience, especially me being my last game as a college football player. It's definitely a memorable one. I definitely have, and I'm excited to make it happen.
And now that he's back with the Owls, McNeil is back where he feels more comfortable. He actually played defensive secondary at SMU, so when he takes the field on offense tomorrow, I'm sure there'll be a lot of chirping back and forth with his old teammates. Evan, back to you.
The John Mackey Award is handed out each December to the nation's top tight end. FAU tight end Harrison Bryant became the first non-Power 5 conference player to ever win such an award. In addition, Bryant became the first ever Florida Atlantic player to be named first team All-American. And many believe that the senior, who caught over 1,000 yards this year, 65 passes, could be selected as high as round 2 in the upcoming NFL draft. Well, breaking news tonight, courtesy of OwlAccess.com, they are reporting that Bryant will sit out of the game tomorrow. So, Jason, yes or no, do you agree with that decision? He's choosing NFL over NCAA while he is still in the NCAA.
Yeah, absolutely 100% agree with Harrison Bryant. You have to look out for your future at this point in your career, and that's what he's doing as he gets set for the NFL draft. Today, SMU announced that it has reached a contract extension with head coach Sonny Dykes. For the last 2 years, he's led the Mustangs in a very tough conference, the AAC. Boca Raton is a long ways away from Dallas, Texas, but for Coach Dykes and the Mustangs, they're just fine with that.
Yeah, we're glad to be here. This is the first time, any of our players have really played in a bowl game away from home. Played in the Frisco Bowl a couple of years ago, so this will be the first time our guys have traveled. They're excited to be here in South Florida. They're going to enjoy the weather. Got a great opponent, and so we're fired up to be here and looking forward to a great game.
With FAU in transition, Lane Kiffin no longer the head coach here. He's now at Ole Miss. Coach Spencer is the interim head coach. Willie Taggart, the head coach in waiting, so to speak. What kind of Owls team do you expect comes out of the same team you saw all season, or a different team?
Yeah, I think it'll be the same team we've seen all season. I think when things like this happen, the young people have a tendency to galvanize and just come together and play hard. And so, they're going to be playing to impress their new coach, I'm sure, and they'll be, playing for the old coaches and that staff as well. But the most important thing, they'll be playing for each other and pride. And so I expect them to play well. And as I said, they're a very talented team.
You have a chance to get to 11 wins with the win in the Cheribundi Boca Raton Bowl. You're 10-2 right now on the season. Your conference is a very good conference. How has it prepared you for Saturday?
It is. The AAC is a heck of a conference. We've been through a gauntlet a little bit with some of the teams we played, and the better your competition, the better it forces you to be. And we did some things pretty well at times this year, and we're striving to become a team that plays consistently well. So this will be a big step to continue, trying to make a brand for ourselves and trying to improve our program and prove that we have a chance to be a top 25 football team. And so we have a lot to play for, and expect our guys to play well.
I know you guys can score the ball too. What are you expecting come Saturday from a scheme standpoint, whether it be offensively, defensively from FAU, and what do you plan to put out on the field yourself?
Yeah, it'll be a little bit different. I think that with Lane not being here, they'll have a different play caller, and the offense will look probably a little bit different than it has, but they're going to do what they do. And they've had really good players to do it. They certainly don't need to reinvent the wheel. They just kind of need to keep doing what they're doing. Great quarterback, great tight end, really talented football team. And so for us, it's going to be about, executing. We've had really good practices in preparation for this game. Our guys are excited to be here, and so looking forward to a heck of a challenge.
Thanks again to Coach Dykes. That contract extension well deserved by SMU. The bowl game has certainly grown into a community event these past 5 years. For some members of the community, though, they are experiencing the bowl game a little differently this year. Florida Power and Light partnered up with First Robotics teams from the area to be involved in the ball game. Students worked together on building a robot that can actually make field goals. The team was involved in the entire process, from the design to marketing to the robot to the actual event. The teams then took their time to show off their work before an FAU game. Tomorrow at halftime, the winner of the competition will be announced. That winning team will be awarded a $5,000 grant on behalf of FP&L. Everyone involved in this competition is already a winner.
Oh, well, my favorite part, I do electrical, and that's my specialty. I'm the electrical captain, and just seeing how it all comes together, going from, a piece of scrap metal to an entire robot that can kick a field goal is just amazing.
Well, it was a way to combine something that we're very active in with the Cheribundi Bowl. So we thought it was a perfect match. And so asking these kids to convert a robot to kick a football, we weren't sure if they could do it, but they've proven to us that they can.
They're better than us. Robots are better than us. Great. Are you hungry? If not, well, you're going to be after the show. Wait till you see what Pugh got to do this week. Coming up after the break.
Hi, this is Buddy Howell, and you're getting ready for the 2019 Cheribundi Boca Bowl.
Hi, this is Kareth White. You're getting ready for the 2019 Cheribundi Boca Raton Bowl.
One play can make a season. One play could break a season. And one play can tell a story of a season. We enlisted 2017 Built Ford Tough Palm Beach Legends Award winner Steve Walsh to use that one play to tell us the story of the SMU Mustangs in 2019. You see, on October 5th, SMU entered their game against Tulsa as the 24th ranked team in all of America. Mustangs were down 23-9 at the half, 30-9 in the fourth, but they came all the way back to force a triple overtime. Walsh has the rest.
They're in triple overtime, and here's quarterback Shane Bichelli looking for his top receiver, James Proche. At this point, Proche has got 10 catches, and you know, this is a situation, third overtime. It's about players, not plays. So I got one-on-one matchup here on the corner with Proche, and Bichelli just lays a corner route, simple smash route where the receiver just pushes up 3 or 4 yards and breaks in, and then his top receiver runs to all that open grass out there, and Bichelli just throws a simple corner route. It's a contested catch. Initially, the referee calls him out. But as you see on the replay, the receiver does get his foot down. And again, this is SMU's leading receiver. You see he goes up there and taps his left foot right there, and really spectacular catch holding on with contact there at the end of the play. And obviously, like so many plays in college football, even pro football now, that the referee's going to try to get it right, and they're going to go to replay. And you know, here you got SMU, again, 5-0. They're ranked in the top 25, but you know, a loss here really could put them in a pivotal position as far as falling out of contention to win their conference. And you know, a really spectacular catch by the receiver there. And again, he was their leading receiver. I think he has over 100 catches on the season. So certainly somebody that's going to be a big target in this ballgame.
Great stuff from the West Palm Beach resident, former Cardinal Newman head coach, and of course, former UM starting quarterback Steve Walsh. Thank you, Steve, for the film session.
Now we'll send it over to Paxton Boyd for more on a familiar face roaming the FAU sidelines.
Guys, much has been made of FAU getting the opportunity to play at home tomorrow, but for one member of the coaching staff, he takes home field advantage to a whole other level.
It's unbelievable. It's a dream come true, you know, growing up in the Boca Del Rey area, going to Boca High and Spady Elementary and stuff, and an opportunity to coach at a major university in a major bowl game in your hometown is like, it's a dream come true.
Much has been made of FAU getting the opportunity to play at home on Saturday. But for one member of the coaching staff, he takes home field advantage to another level. DJ McCarthy, the Owls wide receiver coach, has made the most of himself since leaving Boca High. McCarthy has stops that include the NFL, the CFL, and a national championship stop at LSU. Today, his playing and coaching experience in the area are a huge asset to current high school coaches.
Well, he knows the talent. I think a lot of times Palm Beach County gets overlooked. And I'm not saying that there's not talent in other places, but our talent always seems to get overlooked a bit. I think with him being here from the area, he knows how much talent we have here in Palm Beach County.
If anybody knows what a bowl game means to this area now and in the future, it's Coach McCarthy.
Growing up in the late 80s and 90s here, you know, you always had to go to Miami or the Orange Bowl or go up to the Gator Bowl up in Jacksonville or even the Citrus Bowl or something like that up in Orlando. But to actually be able to be in your hometown and have your own bowl game and have your friends and family around, and then the youngsters who are looking up to our older kids and as examples, you know, their dream can come true about playing in the hometown bowl game. And it's something for them to look forward to.
Come kickoff tomorrow, there will be plenty of fan support for the hometown kid.
To be in my hometown, coaching for my hometown team, and you know, they don't have to watch it on TV. They can come and actually see it live and in person. I can look in the stands and wave to my mom and friends and family. So I'm really excited about it, and I know the area's excited about having the type of bowl game and type of a competition we're going to have.
Tomorrow at 3:30 p.m., the 2019 Cheribundi Boca Raton Bowl will kick off. But what if we told you the bowl game is kicked off well before tomorrow afternoon? Well, throughout the year, this game is involved in a number of different events that will about more than just football, from helping build homes for Habitat for Humanity to finding the national anthem singer idol style. The game has something to offer for everyone. It doesn't matter if you're Trey Wingo of ESPN, a hungry football fan, a powerful woman in sports, or a young art contest winner. This game has you covered. The team's also getting to enjoy it all this week with welcome parties, beach bashes, and community outreach. The Cheribundi Boca Raton Bowl truly shows our area that it's about more than football on December 21st. Well, one of the most important parts of tomorrow's game will certainly be the food. Now, of course, Evan, I took one for the team.
Of course, yes.
I took one for the team on this one and partnered up with Duffy's to make sure you as fans are ready to go for your tailgate party. All right, we are getting you ready to tailgate for the Cheribundi Boca Raton Bowl, and who else to do it with? None better than the executive corporate chef of Duffy's, Eric Parker. Chef, what are we cooking up today for the Boca Raton Bowl?
We're sauteing some Maryland jumbo lump crab cakes here today. Chock full of crab, basically, and some clarified butter.
Awesome. What other ingredients are going in these delicious looking crab cakes?
We have a little bit of grated onion, mayonnaise, egg, Italian parsley, Old Bay, Worcestershire, and the secret weapon, Ritz crackers.
Nice.
Crushed Ritz cracker.
And you said these take about, what, 7 minutes to cook?
Yeah, 7 minutes. Going to clarify butter, yep.
And these same crab cakes people can find on the Duffy's menu, correct?
Correct. They're on our seasonal menu right now, and also they're going to go on our core menu in January.
All right. Tailgating, always a big part of college football. It's no different for the Cheribundi Boca Raton Bowl. I like the quick and easy tailgating, something you can just pop in, get it over with in less than 10 minutes. But we see all types of tailgating nowadays.
Oh, Lord. I tell you, you see everybody bringing smokers these days, deep fryers, grills. It's pretty intense these days, the tailgating that goes on. So somebody could just take a butane burner with a saute pan, have this mixture made at home the night before, pop that thing on a table and start sauteing crab cakes like that.
All right, Chef Parker, these crab cakes are almost done here. You're going to plate them. Tell me about the sauce you have going on here.
Oh, this is a Parmesan remoulade. So it's a spin on the classic remoulade sauce with Parmesan cheese.
Awesome.
Put a little lemon on there for you.
There you go.
How about that?
There you go, Chef.
Thank you. Go
I'm
ahead,
going to take these two home to go.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
We'll wrap those two up.
Yeah, or send them to heaven. You can send them up to heaven.
No, I'll take them. All right.
Let's see.
Great looking crab cake. Very good. Great job, Chef.
Thank you very much.
Remember, go to DuffysMVP.com, and Duffy's is the official post-game after party for the Cheribundi Boca Raton Bowl. I'm Jason Pugh. He's Chef Eric Parker. Two great locations in Boca for Duffy's, East Boca and West Boca. Evan, I'll send it back to you in studio.
Just for factual information, I have no crab cakes. A brand new, uncontrollable element has been added to the 2019 Cheribundi Boca Raton Bowl. Sun! For the first time ever, the game will be played during the day after 5 straight years of kickoffs at 7 p.m. or later. WPTV Storm Team 5 meteorologist James Whelan is here now to let us know how Mr. Brightside will be coming out of his cage at 3:30 tomorrow afternoon.
All right, Boca Bowl forecast time, and yes, it does look like similar situation to today, where we see some clouds out there, some peaks of sunshine, very windy conditions too, and a few passing showers, but nothing really to wash it out. In fact, for Fan Fest there at noontime, windy weather, mild temperatures in the mid-70s. Can't rule out a stray shower there too. By kickoff time at 3:30, some passing showers possible and mostly cloudy skies. Temperatures into the upper 70s. And by post-game time, leaving shower possible, 72 degrees. Still very windy. It'll be windy the entire game there, and even through the nighttime hours, we'll see that wind really start to kick up, especially in the afternoon hours, and just some passing showers from time to time.
Thank you, James. He's Jason for Paxton. Brian Rowitz, our executive producer. I'm Evan Cohen. We'll see you tomorrow, 3:30, FAU Stadium, 12 o'clock for the Fan Fest with the kids. It's the Cheribundi Boca Raton Bowl. See you there.